iced coffee. Let me check my audio levels here on OBS. Looks like, are we live? Check my audio levels here on OBS. Looks like, are we live? Check my audio levels here on OBS. Looks like, are we live? Check my audio levels here on OBS. I've got an echo. Okay. What can I do about the echo? Hi everyone, Jerrel here. Just enjoying my coffee. Hey, great to see you all. I'm just going to make some adjustments here. Boy, we just had some big news drop, didn't we? John Riccitello, the CEO of Unity, is stepping down. This is certainly quite large news. I would like to remain neutral on the matter and remain professional about the situation, and let's look forward to a positive future for Unity Technologies and the game industry. But hey, it's my birthday. Let's all hang out. I didn't really want to do any hard work today or anything, but I thought let's just hang out and let's just hang out. I got a new effects pedal. I grabbed it on Facebook Marketplace for $40, and it was brand new. The person that was selling it had never even used it, and you can program 40 guitar effects. It's got 40 default ones built in as well. Pretty rad. So we could boot that up. We could jam. We can play some guitar riffs or whatever. Let's just hang out. I thought it'd be fun to just hang out. I'll catch up with the chat. Hey everyone. Perry, thanks. Amelie, thanks for the birthday wishes. AirTap, thank you. Let's see. Steven, good to see you. Hey, what happened to all the cool glassware on the Sungran shop? Does it say that the glassware is out of stock? Those were popular sellers, so maybe they're out of stock. I'll have to double check on those. Half Moon, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing great. I woke up to some interesting news about John Riccitello, the CEO of Unity, stepping down. That was interesting news. So, do Dreamcast. Right, so what we'll just hang out, and people are usually pretty often people are messaging me and asking for games on other systems. And so I think it would be great if we just go now and check out the SDKs for these systems and set them up. So then I'll have them, because I don't really have that many SDKs set up. I've only set up SDKs for the consoles I know that I will be developing on, and I mean it isn't spoiling much to say that I am developing on quite a few legacy consoles and whatnot. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring up some windows now. Okay, so I see I've got that, right? And then I have my audio mixer. I was getting a weird echo earlier. What's that all about, Atari 2600. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to share my actual workspace for setting those up. Who said that? Angel Quinones. Sorry, my screen on the names there are a little small. I should get a little bigger screen for that, shouldn't I? I'm going to show you something. Angel, you know what? Since you're that's the first one, the first comment that I saw. Let me go ahead and hang my coat up. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I don't have it on this computer, right? I have a separate workspace. So I have my main workspace that is set up for my commercial games development, which is primarily on the Switch, and generally that's the only thing this computer gets to do. Let's bring that open. See, this is what I panicked just now. I got really embarrassed because I brought this window over, and you see how it has your recent websites here. This, I actually blushed. I genuinely blushed just now. So I dragged this window across, and I saw this X, and to me, personally, that looks like an adult website, and absolutely I don't. Especially not on my work computer. And so I brought that over, And I know that I'm live streaming now, and I thought, oh no, there's an adult website in my browsing history. And I thought that's not appropriate, and it certainly wasn't me. So I was really embarrassed for about a second, and then I remembered, oh, it's not an adult website. That's just Twitter looks like an X now. So, all right, I'll show you. Let me grab my keyboard here. So again, this is my computer. So I'll show you the SDK, and then the reason why I'm doing this is so if you guys, if anyone out there also wants to make their own homebrew games for legacy consoles, I'll show you. So this is Batari, a visual basic download, and I could just go to my favorites, I think. So I had to scour around because I couldn't really find like a definitive answer. Is this the one that I went to? But this is there's a GitHub. I think I got it from a GitHub. So you have to download Batari Basic, which is the SDK, and then you can download a visual IDE. So I might just use copy and paste and copy it from my homebrew machine, but you can create Atari 2600s games. So actually, Angel, the other night I did actually start learning this. It's a different programming language from what I normally use. But yeah, there's a sound designer as well. So I do have a workspace set up for Atari, but because see, here's where I'm having a little difficulty now. Is I can't really show you. I'll boot up my dude here. Booting up my dude. Here we go. This is the Microsoft thing, the Microsoft Flat. My brain went flat. I just started my coffee, honestly. I woke up not that long ago. I got dressed. I set up my studio. I grabbed my coffee. I'm 3 sips into my coffee. I genuinely forgot what this thing was called. I'm just going to call it the Microsoft Flat for now. Okay. So, this is the Microsoft Flat. I have an icon on there that says Visual DB. And that is for creating Atari games. What I will do is I'll set it up on this computer here, and then we can all have a look. The Microsoft Surface, thank you. Guys, I'm gonna have a couple sips of coffee while I copy files off my flat here. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't like to talk that much about my personal life, but I've had friends over yesterday, and many of my friends are musicians. So we sat around and we were sort of... I'm getting these funny error messages. I'm not 100% sure why. I'm just going to hit no a bunch of times. Oh, and you know what's going on? Okay, so this isn't showing up on the screen, and that's because this guy's hooked up to a workstation that's got 4... It's a total of 4 monitors, and because I've taken him out of the workstation, the monitor is now trying, or the program's trying to go to the monitor. So I'll set that up on the computer now. Actually, I had this on a hard drive here. I'll just download it again. We'll download it again so you guys can see. So, oh, I'm using the wrong. I'm gonna put down my Microsoft Flat for now. We'll download it, and I'll show you guys how you can set up, because after a couple minutes, you can actually deploy your own Atari 2600 ROM. So we'll do that first, and then we'll get back into the comment section, and then we'll see what else you guys want me to set up. So Visual DB download. That's... Oh, you know what? That's very vague, isn't it? See, I had a hard time finding it. That's the difficulty with these things, is you often have to... you have to scour the internet a bit, you know? Okay, so I'm just gonna try this guy. I was already here, wasn't I? I was already here. I was here the whole time. Okay. I think I just need to have some coffee. let me get to the comment section here. Yeah, so yesterday I had friends around. We had a lunch. I was barbecuing. We had a bunch of stuff. It was real nice. We were jamming, just playing whatever instruments. Yeah. Gino's Wabbit Season. I think the SDK for the Wonder Swan is called the... Ooh, I don't know if I'm saying the name of a Bleach character. I think it's called Wonder Witch. Am I correct on that? We'll look it up. That'll be next. Okay, so did the music stop? What What happened? I can't see what's going on with the music here. So let me see. Is the music still going? I'm not sure what happened here. What if I just turn this up? What if I just I'm having a hard time with the vibe. I can't figure out where my audio's going out. I'll just have that coming out of the speaker for now. Okay. Yeah, so here's a very funny story. So I turned 35 last year, and then I've been telling everyone, I turned 34 last year, and I was pretty proud of telling everyone, next year in 2023 I'll be turning 35, and I will be halfway through my 30s, and that's, it's intimidating to think, oh, halfway through your 30s, and I think I'm halfway to 70. What if I use that? What is that? I'm trying to find the GitHub. Okay, Batari Basic. All right. GitHub, right? Yeah, there's a GitHub. Am I saying that? I'm assuming it's GitHub. I've never heard anyone say it. It's not GitHub, right? Because it's GITHUB, GitHub. Right, so for the past year, this is the correct download. For the past year, I've been telling everyone, yeah, I'm 34, I'm turning 35 next year. So I invited people to my birthday party. And I said, yeah, I'm turning 35. And then I came to this horrifying realization that I turned 35 last year, and I never at any point did I actually register that I had turned 35. So here I was telling people that I was actually a year younger than I actually was. And largely, the reason why that happened is because I've been working on the Silver Falls games so intensely that I did not actually know I turned 35. It didn't even register with me. And I think that's hilarious. So I don't know if this is the same program I used before. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm unpacking Visual DB, but I'm starting to think that's not the same one that's on my Homebrew machine here. Okay, we're going to open that. Oh yeah, no, that looks correct. That's fine. Okay, so what we want to do, so I just dragged that out of the WinRAR file, and here we go. I think that goes into the C drive, right? So this is the SDK. So what I'm going to do is drag that into my C drive. I need to hide my top secret development files from you here. So I'm just going into C, and I'm going to drag and drop. That's a dragon, like the mythical creature. So I do a drag and drop on that DB. Okay, so if I run this, it's going to say that it's noticed I'm running it for the first time, right? And it will do some setup. Do Dreamcast. I see Steven. Okay, so we have. Let me put up a little text document, and we'll say what's next. Notepad. I like using Notepad because it's quite primitive and it's pretty ugly to look at. So that's why I like using it. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually 36 now, which sounds So to me, I had a horrifying moment on Sunday when I realized that, because it was kind of like I was in like a hyperbolic time chamber where I stepped out of it, and it's like, oh no, I'm older than I should be. I'm a year older than I'm supposed to be. Like I'm preparing to fight, Boo or something. Here we go. Next. Okay, we're gonna do Wonder Swan. Is that one word or two? And then we have the Dreamcast. All right, in the comment section, please comment if you want anything else. Can you please let me know if the music sounds all right? I have it coming through the speaker here. Okay. My birthday suit. No, this is just I have to record a little bit of a video after we're done doing the stream because John Riccitello, the CEO of Unity, is stepping down. So I'll have to make a video about that. So yeah, Undertakers demake. Steven, so what I want to do is I don't have a lot of time to spend on the Atari development because there's a significant amount of learning you have to do. There's engineering you have to understand in order to create more advanced concepts, and I don't have a lot of time for that right now. So, yeah. Okay, good. No one else has said the words Microsoft Surface, and here's why I start now. Microsoft Flat is a much better name. How's it going, Michael? Yeah, you know, I have 2 flats. Oh, no! I'm saying it now. I have 2 Microsoft Surfaces. And they're, you know, for different things, but in general, I use them for Homebrew and then for legacy software development. So they're great. One of them I have is, this is like, I'll just share this with you guys because it's kind of horrifying. The battery is bloating on this guy. You can see how the screen is warping. So the battery is bloating, and I don't trust this guy. I don't trust him because one day I will wake up and he will be on fire. Or the battery will have exploded. So I'm not feeling great about that. And so I have a better Microsoft Flat. It's a little newer for when this one explodes and catches on fire. So all the work I'm doing on this, I generally back it up, you know, every couple days, and I'll put it on my newer Microsoft Flat. So it is horrifying to see that the screen bloating like that. Okay, hey, that didn't take too long to set up. Hey, this is great. Have a look at this. There we go. And there are example games that we can download, but this is it. This is Visual DB. What is that? What is this? Click to enable. I think this is an older build than what I have on my Homebrew Flat right now. My other Microsoft Flat. So, oh, that's my mistake. I should have said no because these errors will keep popping up. So I'd like to close the start page. I'm just going to have to get out of that. Let's close the start page. Can we close it? I'll just go to settings. Yeah, great. We can create a new project. I'll just say test Atari game. I have a feeling I have this set up already. Oh, I have to pick a path. It's kind of like, so when a program, I'll explain this to you for anyone that doesn't know. When a program asks you to select a path, it means a path like a skill tree. Like, you know, when you're in a video game and you have to pick a skill tree because you can only go like, do you want to be a healer? Do you want to be a damager? Do you want to be a summon guy? So when a program asks you to select a path, that's what it means, is to select your skill tree path. Let me just pick I have to pick a path now. I'm just off screen picking a path. Let me pick my Homebrew. So I did start programming an Atari game 2 nights ago. Let me know if the music's too loud here. I have so many mices and so many keyboards here right now. All right, so see, okay, so here's what's really cool. So you guys saw how easy it was to set up Atari. So I'm going to add a new item. I'm going to right-click on the play field, and I'll click on play field, and I'll just say test. So I now have a play field. If we double-click on this, we can now draw our play field, right? Like, you can have a boundary up top. This is very difficult with a trackball. And let's say you wanted the character, like you wanted rooms, right? Like sideways rooms. So now you have like an exit there on the right. And let's say there'll be an exit there at the bottom as well. And let's have one more exit on the left. There we go. We now have an Atari playfield. I'll go ahead and click Control S and I'll save. And we'll have a sprite. And we will add a new sprite. We'll use this as our player. We'll click on sprite. And we'll call him. This is an older version of Visual DB because the version I was using last night seemed quite different. It looked newer. So I'll try and find what version that is. And here you can draw your sprite. You can use your player colors. Then you can define the colors. I'll show you where to access the colors. This is an older version. I need to find where the newest version is. So this is what I mean. It's kind of difficult to track down these SDKs because they are scattered all over the 7 corners of the internet, and you have to sort of... I don't know what I'm drawing. I drew a dreidel. I just drew a dreidel. Okay, so our character is a dreidel. No, he's an acorn. I don't know. I don't know what I'm drawing. Let's draw. Oh, you know what? Let's do E.T. We have to have space for his head to extend, so let's leave him 1 pixel. There. Okay. I think this is what E.T. looks like. Hold on, we want to have like feet, right? He's got big old feet. There we go. There's our friend. Okay. How close are we to E.T.? It's a backwards 3. Don't worry about it. His face goes forward a lot, doesn't it? Okay. So if we open our default .bas, I'm kind of thinking we drag and drop that guy in there. And off the top of my head, I don't fully remember. We got to take that out. I'm just gonna build and then make sure. It compiles. You hit run. Okay. So it can't. It didn't. Couldn't locate. Okay, so there's something up with this version of Visual DB, which isn't quite right. I'm gonna see what version is on here. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, you can set that up. We'll do that another time. Okay, next one. Let me catch up with the chat, and we're supposed to set up WonderSwan now. So you can see, obviously this is an older version. It didn't seem to work right off the bat, but the other version I did download worked right off the bat. So let's go ahead and find a WonderSwan. I saw WonderSwan, and I saw WonderSwan. Then we're doing Dreamcast, okay? WonderSwan SDK. I'm going to use the power of Google. Alright, so we have one thing come up. So here's the thing with SDKs. You're going to find basically 2 different things when you're looking for SDKs for legacy consoles. You will find leaked original SDKs that are designed for like Windows 95, Windows 98, and then you will find modern tools that hobbyists have created that are extremely passionate and talented individuals who have created modern development environments for these consoles. And in my experience, it is much better to use the modern tools because they will work on modern operating systems, but also they generally will work better because with the original SDKs, when you find them leaked online, you're often missing many of the tools that you need to actually sign and deploy your software. Whereas modern SDKs, although they're not official, they will work because everything that you need, they're designed so everything that you need will be in the package, and you will be able to actually deploy your game. So I'll right-click on that. Wonder Witch. I'll click on Wonder Witch as well. I mean, that is a Bleach character. It's Chiri Wonder Witch. She is in. She's from. Who are the guys that are in Hueco Mundo? Who are those guys? Okay, so let's have a look. Let me catch up with the chat as well. I'm gonna scroll on down through the chat. Dude's about to get a lot of eShop cards for his birthday. Anytime someone makes me my age, I genuinely have to stop and think about it. Yeah, me too, Genose. And that's partly what went wrong the past year for me, is I didn't register it. Hey, Mike Garcia, good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. So yeah, what we're doing today is any SDK, any legacy hardware that you guys want me to find and install the development environment for, I'll do it. And then maybe over the next, maybe for the rest of the year, you know, I'll just create just small little, cool little tech demos, and then we'll just launch them and we can have cool little games. It's a spinning top. Hey, it could have been a spinning top, yeah. Music is getting louder. Let me know if it's too loud. Yeah, it's running through the mic. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to focus on installing these SDKs. Game Freak, hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming and hang out. Thank you. If you want something interesting to check out, the Magic Leap 1 is losing support next year. The Magic Leap 1. I'm gonna look that up now. That's for your kids, right? You buy that for your kids? Didn't someone install a Game Boy Advance emulator? Magic Leap 1. I'm thinking of Leapfrog. Game Freak in the comments just said, look up Magic Leap 1. I've looked it up. I was thinking of the Leapfrog for kids. So Magic Leap is... What in What in Sam Hill is this? What does it do? There's cameras. There's something. Spatial mapping. Okay. Interesting. I'll check that out. Anyway, let's start. Let's see if this SDK is appropriate. So let's see what people say about it down here. Okay. The Bandai Wonder Swan is a handheld game console. Is it now? 99 to 2003. Oh boy, 4 years is not. I feel so terrible that we lost Gunpei Yokoi. So he was so young. It was really unfortunate that he died when he had so much more to give to the game industry. Now I feel. The Wonder Witch. Okay. So the Wonder Witch development is distinct from the bare metal Wonder Swan development. The former is specific to the Wonder Witch. A special personal use development kit. Okay. So let's go ahead and download this guy. Let's do it. This is, my eyes are glazing over here. This is a whole lot. I like to see the tech demos that they create. I'm going to click on Swan Diving. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so it has created a game. Okay. Dev kit. Get this if you... So they're recommending the dev kit they've used. I'm just going to click on that and see... Oh. Okay. It came with the whole kit and caboodle here. I'm going to open that. Let's open that. I like to download multiple SDKs and see which one works best for me. So let's go ahead and download this guy. There's a whole lot going on. My eyeballs are glazing over. Let's download this. So I'm looking for like, where is it? Where do I click to download? So look, I guess I sound like an old person. I'm not great with GitHub because sometimes there's a thing here that says, you know, like a release. Sometimes you have to click on that and download the code. I don't know. I'm gonna Control F download like it's 1999 and I'm looking to download like an emulator or something. Okay, so I'm not seeing it. There's a whole lot going on here. But I said that I would download all of these things. So, Link Mickey, thanks for coming to hang out. We're setting up. We're gonna just set up like homebrew development environments. Wonder Witch. So do I download Wonder Witch? I don't know. Okay, you guys lead me through here if anyone knows anything about this. Software development. Music drivers. Look, we'll come back to that. I've downloaded one zip. Let's go ahead and open that. It says it includes everything. These ads, I don't know. Ads are just, this doesn't apply to me, so I don't know why I get ads like that. And I know that Google is spying on me, and it knows everything about me, so why is it recommending things like that to me? Is it saying something about me? Alright, okay. Let's see here. And then next we'll go to our Dreamcast. Okay, so this is the folder here. It says it includes everything. Swan Diving is the game, so that's you can build it and run it. Okay. We have the emulator. Swan Layer. I don't know. I said that it had everything. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some Dreamcast going on in here. Alrighty. I'm bringing up a new Joogle page. Dreamcast SDK. Dream SDK, we're downloading it. Wait, there were two things there. There was that one and this one. One's a GitHub. Okay. So what does Game Freak, what does Game Freak 924, I'll be correct and say your whole name. What does the Magic Leap do anyway? Oh, it's an AR device like the HoloLens. Oh, very cool. Angel, you could create a series where you do 10-minute short videos for legacy consoles. That's a good idea. I think I should do something like that. That's a really good one, Angel. Thanks. Okay. I'm using the wrong mouse here. Alright, I'm gonna click the download button on the Dreamcast. Let's see if we can just run it, right? I think I've got Python installed for other development stuff. Okay, I want to download. Oh, you know what? Let me put on some gag glasses here. I've got some gag glasses since it's my birthday here. Okay, I kind of forgot I bought these. All right. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday. Put on my beer goggles. Whoa, everything is so blurry now because of my beer goggles. What do I do? I'm not a big drinker. I really would prefer to spend my my remaining life units having as much control over my life as possible. my remaining life units, my time units. Okay, so see, that's the thing. I click that and nothing happened, right? I've clicked that and nothing happened. A Magic Leap game would be cool. That sounds really neat. I'm gonna look into that more. Can I just fix this? I've got so many mice here. So I'm gonna go output on my audio here. Okay. Now, let me see if I can get this working properly because is the music coming through or is it not? Because I'm not sure now. Can you guys just comment and say if the music's coming through, if the music is stopped? I've got no idea here. So let's see. Ruben, thanks. Thanks. Reese, thanks for coming to hang out. Magic Leap. Okay, everyone's asking for Magic Leap. I have to look it up now. Magic Leap SDK. Everyone's asking for it. Okay. Magic Leap Developer Portal. Okay. I'm doing it now. I'm installing it. So I really enjoy looking into new development environments. For me, it's one of my passions, and it's like a new puzzle. You know, it's like, how do I figure out how to use this? I like to see what the limitations are in terms of development, and then I like to see what is possible that I can't do on other platforms. And then really the icing on the cake is then sitting down and coming up with game concepts that adhere to those limitations, but also what can I do with those limitations to create something that looks like you've surpassed those limitations of that hardware, that looks like you're doing more because you've come up with a creative way to make an interesting game, as opposed to just letting the limitations stop you. You should let limitation drive you and push you forward, as opposed to stop you. Okay. So that says Magic Leap 2, but we're saying the Magic Leap 1, right? Okay. I'm gonna have to become I have to sign up? Okay. So I'll have to sign up. Everyone's asking for this, so I will do that now. I can use Lumen, compatible with the best Explorer Lumen SDK. Okay. We're doing it, everyone. Everyone seems to want a... Who here has a Magic Leap? And how much does Magic Leap 1 cost? You know that if I had access to a Magic Leap, I'd be making games for it, because this thing looks rad as heck. Let's see, Magic Leap is selling its first AR headset for just $550. Ooh. Look, I'm using the internet now like I'm sitting alone. I've got like my tab count is going to inflate like crazy. This is... What if we did like a Kickstarter just to raise funds for a Magic Leap? This one says it's 2,300. Wait, we'll stop working after 20? What does that mean? What does that mean? That doesn't sound good. While it continues to work at a hardware level, it will stop working after 2024 thanks to a hard-coded security check. Ooh, I've lost interest suddenly. Wow, not even my beard goggles make that feel better. Anyway, we should probably look at that. Uh, I will do that. How about we'll do? Can we just download it? Lumen SDK Unity. Download? Download. Is it built into Unity or what? Hmm. Okay, that says this is the official Magic Leap Unity SDK. I'm going to click on releases. We're going to download it. And this is source code, so I have to build that myself, huh? Okay, well, we've downloaded. Editor, plugins, runtime. I'll just download this thing too. Okay, we've got it. Those beer goggles look amazing. Okay, hold on, I've got something here. What is this? I haven't even opened these. I just bought a bunch of gag goggles here, gag glasses. Oh no, this is like, these are budget, I'm going to call these budget AR VR goggles. So you see how they're red and blue? So they kind of give you like it's like when you tell your mom that you need 3D glasses, and then she goes to the store and gets you these. And she's like, the 3D glasses, they're red and blue, right? So you have some red in the middle, and then blue a little bit. So these make things 3D. I think I'm starting to feel dizzy. Is that normal for these? Okay, I'm gonna see about that. So we've downloaded that. I'm gonna bust open that. What is this though? Honestly, this doesn't look great. It's gonna stop working. So does anyone know any more about this? It's 2,300 and it will be bricked by a cloud security check, which seemed avoidable. That's a shame. That's a real shame. And I guess they want you to buy the new one, don't they? Okay, so I'm having a very hard time reading with these 3D VR AR glasses. All right, we need to download Dream SDK for Dreamcast. Here we go. We're downloading it. Currently is not released, but almost finished. You can grab it by browsing the Discord. I'll have to go to the Discord then. I'm going to click on it. But, so what? Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to have to take these off. So, you know what makes, so here's the thing. I've been working on my own products. So I don't know, in the comment section, let me know if anyone here uses VR and they get dizzy, But I'd say, whoa, I just want to look this up real quick. This is really cool. I would have loved a product like this, but I don't like that it's going to be bricked by a security check in 1 year. Magic Leap. Magic Leap. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll share something with you guys. I've been working on my own game console, my own platform, and I'm going to share that with you guys now. If you'll give me a second, I'll have to run and grab the hardware and bring it back. But I actually have been working on that. I'll tell you all about it now. Okay, so man, Magic Leap could be so cool. I would love to make a game in that. Okay, so Dream SDK. Why it won't let me download that? What's next? Let me catch up with the chat. I'm gonna go and grab the hardware. This is something I've been keeping under wraps, and I don't have time to work on it full time right now. But I have been working on my own game console. Let me be right. And again, I'm not joking. Let me be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to. We'll have to instant transmission out of here. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I'm back. Hey, great. All right. That's kind of. Oh. All right. I'm gonna show you the hardware that I'm working on. So my game console that I'm working on is not a typical game console. Can we magically? Can we get out there? I gotta catch up with the chat. Sorry, it's so cool. And thanks for coming to hang out, everyone. It's so cool that there's a bunch of people here. Let me just open this so we have something cool on the screen. You know, like an Atari game. But I did deploy the other night. I deployed an Atari game. I have a character and an environment, so I'm starting to get the gist of it. So I am working on that. Okay, let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Let's see. Link McHugh, happy birthday, Jerrel. Thank you for all those good games that you have given us over the years. I hope you continue to advance more with the Silver Falls saga on the next projects. Congratulations. That's really sweet. Thanks for that. And you know what, you guys? I'm so grateful to all of you for supporting me with Silver Falls, but I have a bunch of games in development that are not Silver Falls games, and I pour just as much passion into those. And there's so much more that I have in development for all of you. I'm going to show you my game console now. This is, no one's seen this. We need to keep it really secret, right? It'd be great if you guys kept it a little bit secret, because if some think tank out there sees this and then steals my idea, I'm kind of screwed a little bit, you know, if you'll pardon my French. Will you make a game for Sega Dreamcast? Absolutely, I will. I will make a game for Sega Dreamcast. Okay, I have to say those... I've got scrolled up. Okay. Let's see. Me and my pals trying to find out if it will still work without the internet check. That's a real bummer. I'd like to see it... Pardon. I'm certain users will find a way to make it keep working. Okay. If you need your game distributed, you can always do it with Video Games New York. Okay, interesting. I'll catch up with the chat. Let me see here. You hated PSVR. The original PSVR is really bad. Oh, that's a bummer. I've never used it. I've not even tried it once. Ice Cold Cola, good to see you. So, if you get dizzy with VR, I've got a product for you, right? These are motion sickness glasses. So all you have to do is put these on, and when you turn, I'm going to try to keep a straight face here. For just 4 easy payments of $69.99, you can buy yourself a pair of these motion sickness glasses. You can see they have peripheral liquid stabilizers using liquid neon fluid from the future. We actually travel from the future to get the liquid neon liquid, and this allows us to stabilize not just your visual sense, but it also stabilizes your hearing. That's why we have these around the ear section, as it stabilizes your hearing. And I know this may seem like a difficult concept to grasp, but these front liquid neon liquid stabilizers actually also stabilize your sense of smell, because they're sitting on your nose, and by extension they also stabilize your sense of taste. Now most people don't understand this concept because it's a real complex, heady situation. It's very technical, a lot of engineering that goes into it, but it is actually your sense of taste that makes you dizzy when you're playing VR games. Now a lot of people don't know that. Even people creating, you know, like all these different VR headsets, it's your sense of taste that throws you off. So when you get dizzy, you really need to stabilize your sense of taste. So that's what these stabilizing glasses are for. So again, what did I say? Was with 4 easy payments of $69.99, you can get yourself a pair of liquid neon liquid self-stabilizing VR glasses. And they are flexible in rubber, so they'll fit inside of your VR headset. There you go. And you got to be able to deliver a pitch with a straight face like that. If you're going to make it in the business world, you have to be able to make stuff up like that on the spot. I didn't script that. I didn't plan that. These are making me dizzy. Honestly, I have to take these off. I am starting to get dizzy wearing those. Okay, let me adjust the camera. I'm going to show you the hardware I'm developing. Let me catch up with the chat a little bit. Oh yeah, it does seem like they're forcing the Magic Leap into obsolescence. What a bummer. That seems really, really good. Evangelion, it's my birthday. We're just hanging out. We're not really working. We're setting up Homebrew SDKs, and I'm gonna share my console I'm developing. It's a gaming platform. I think I've lowered that too far. I'm gonna raise that a little. Okay, so I've got and again, this is super, super, super confidential. So if you guys didn't don't tell Sony, right? Because if Sony's, oh no, so I'm not big on YouTube streaming. Does anyone know how to block Sony from watching this live stream? I'm very blurry now. I hope that I can find focus in my life soon, one day. Let me just ask OBS to focus up for me. I'm very out of focus, aren't I? Okay, let's just dial that right back. That seems good. All right, so I've got this is a secured lockbox. It used to house, I think, perfume. So it's very secure. It's secure in that it has a little latch here. And most people that break into my office, my studio, and try to steal the platform I'm developing, usually this is enough. Like, they can't figure out. So it's a pretty good security feature. All right. So it's a lot of work, and okay. I'll have to explain it. Let me equip the gaming console that I'm developing. Again, this isn't a joke. I'm not being funny. I am actually developing my own gaming platform here. But it's something that takes an immense amount of resources and time, and right now I need to focus on the Silver Falls games. So this, I've mentioned it to a couple other people before. This is it. This is the gaming platform. So I'm creating my own operating system for these based on Android, and the entire concept of this gaming platform, the concept is games that live with you. And so, in a sense that if you've seen White Inside Its Umbra, which is Silver Falls on the Wii U, it treats you like you exist in the real world. The gamepad that is used in White Inside Its Umbra on the Wii U is treated like you own that actual object. So the philosophy behind the games that I'm developing, right now I'm calling it the Expedition, and that's just a placeholder name that may end up being changed. It may be the actual title. So this will be the Sungrand Expedition. I'll let you have a closer look at it, but it's anodized aluminum, so it's quite nice. It's got a camera, it's got a forward and front, or a side and front. So this will be designed so that the games live with you. All of the games that are designed for the Sungrand Expedition will treat you as if you exist in the game world. So you will be receiving messages on here from characters in the games. So let's say, for example, there is one game that I'm creating called Light of Wandaria, and that is a fantasy RPG. And in Light of Wandaria, throughout the day, your Sungrand Expedition will alert you and say, hey, there might be materials nearby. You'll get, a message from someone that exists in the game world, and they're talking to you as if you exist in the game world. And they'll say, oh, hey, I'm getting attacked by some dragons right now. Can you lend me some help? And you might get that message, and it'll be like you're getting a text message from a friend. So you can either ignore that, or you can respond. You can say, oh, shoot, okay, I'll help my friend real quick. And so you're designed to play this throughout the day in small bursts. And then you might get a message that says, oh, there's materials nearby. There's like energy crystals. Do you want to go look for them? And so you say yes, and it uses augmented reality. So you're kind of moving around in the environment. So you move this, you motion environment. You say, oh, I found the crystals. I'll just pick them up real quick. It'll take you about a minute, and then you close it. So you spend the entirety of the day helping your in-game characters that you interact with, and then you collect your resources. And at the end of the day, this wirelessly connects to your television. There is a unit that uses Miracast technology. So you plug that into an HDMI port into your TV. And now your Sun... Oh no, I've cursed myself. Sony's going to steal my idea. So the Sungrand Expedition now connects to the TV, and you have full modern HD graphics. You don't have to plug in anything extra. All of the processing is coming from your Expedition. So now this becomes a control dial. So you can customize, say for example, you're playing Light of Wandaria, so now you're looking on the TV, full HD modern graphics, and you have a shortcut of some of your spells here. So this works as your inventory menu, you can control some of your spells, or you can even use it, so let's say for example Light of Wandaria, or another game has a spell casting system, and you have to draw a rune, and depending on how you draw the rune, it will influence the magic spell that you cast. So we now have a variety of different controllers. So I'm experimenting with different already existing controllers on the market. So let's say we have this, right? So we can now control our game with these two different controllers. We now have that. We can control that. You can see your health, and you can just reach up, you can draw a rune briefly like that. You can see my hands are free. I'm drawing a rune on that, and then I use these to control my character on the TV. And it's, well, you don't generally control your character. In general, it will be a first-person view, because the Sungrand Expedition treats you as if you exist in the game world. So in general, all the games are first-person view. So now you're doing this, you're controlling your action on the TV screen. You can see your health, you can draw your runes, you can cast your spells. Let's change examples. Maybe you're playing a mecha game, and throughout the day, you're constantly finding mecha parts. Your Sungrand Expedition will send you an alert, and it'll say, hey, there's like Gundanium alloy under the ground. You know, do you want to mine for some Gundanium alloy? You can say, yeah, sure. I mean, you're busy at work, but you look at your watch and you'll say, oh, I've got a couple seconds. I'll just, yeah, I'll mine for some alloy. You get home, you've collected a bunch of resources, and now you can use that to manage, say, I'm going to upgrade my mech. Oh no, my Gundam is damaged. I'll just replace some parts. Okay, cool. And now you can pilot, you can go on some missions, and you're playing a full game on television. So it's not just like a cute little mobile game, it is a full game that you play on the television. This are your controllers, and that is also your controller. Now, we have other ways that I've been experimenting with control methods as well. So I'm experimenting with heaps of different controllers. I'm sorry if this is an ASMR nightmare, but this bag hasn't been opened. So I'm experimenting with things like this. This is a controller that will fit on a keychain. This sits on your keys. It can sit in your pocket, but that has your cardinal directions, and it has two buttons, 1 and 2. And what I'm thinking is you hold that in your console hand. I'm calling that your console hand and your free hand, right? Okay, so you can actually, I know this is a little devious, you can sit at work. You can do work with your free hand, and then with your console hand, you can actually control your games with this. So you don't actually need to reach up and touch that. You can actually, just one-handed, play the Sungrand Expedition. Let me show you something else. That's not all that's here. I'm experimenting with many different technologies. This is a control ring. There are touch-sensitive buttons on this guy. So you can wear this rechargeable touch ring, and there are buttons on this touch ring. So you can actually, and again, these are all things that I need to experiment with because I need to know what I need to package with the console itself. But I'm thinking I really want that, and all, you know, the entire operating system in the games, they would kind of rely on that touch ring because that's part of the control system. So you would play games, and normally you would think, oh, your left hand doesn't get to do anything. But if you have a touch ring like that, your control ring, you now have things that you can control in the game on your expedition using your control ring. I'm experimenting with a more basic ring as well that has cardinal directions, and this way, that's USB-C recharging right there. So you can actually just wear that like that, and that's got your cardinal directions, so you can, you know, move, you can control your character in-game, you can press the middle button as you confirm, you can hold it to cancel. So there you go. And then so now you can play the game with the touch screen like that, and you also have hardware controls. This thing's still charged up. It's been a couple months since I've worked on this, and that's still charged up, so that's pretty good. So again, I'm experimenting with all kinds of different technologies. It's going to be a huge effort because I have 10 unique IPs that are lined up for this. So how it would work is other developers wouldn't develop for this because it would end up becoming a Unity dumping ground. You know, I don't say that to be mean, but I need to be able to control this platform myself, and this platform is my vision. And so I wouldn't necessarily allow other people to launch their own stuff on here. Obviously they could, through homebrew methods. I can't stop people, but I won't have a store where people can submit their games to me and then I'll say, sure, I'll distribute your game. I won't do that. And partly also because I don't have the resources to do that correctly and well. There's a very specific design philosophy for all of the games on the Sungrand Expedition. As you can see, they're not like normal games. The philosophy is games that live with you. And so they're designed so that during the day, it's resource management and collection, and then during the night, you get to play on the TV. Obviously, you're not restricted, to day and night cycles. I'm just saying that as an example of people that have to go out. They go to school, they go to work, and that's what the Sungrand Expedition will be. So that's the first time I've shared these details with anyone. Don't tell Sony, you guys, please keep this secret, because if some think tank gets this idea and they run with it, they'll steal it, and then it'll be ruined. So there we go. Does anyone have any questions about the expedition? I gotta. Let me catch up with the chat now. He took the chair with him. Yeah. Michael K. I play a good bit of VR and I'm fine with most games, but games that are bad end up with me dizzy immediately. Yeah, I think if games don't perform well in VR, you tend to get dizzy from that. Next, I'm a Hero Silver Falls game is coming to the V-Smile. What is the V-Smile? Is that like a dentist thing? Someone's got to tell me if that's a dentist thing. Like, we took the Jaguars and turned them into a dentist thing. A Link McHugh. A game from the Silver Falls saga for Sega Dreamcast in third-person survival horror would be great. I would love to do that. I'm trying to figure out how to get the SDK here. You could sell it physically or digitally. People currently love retro horror games. Greatest teleport. Did you just do instant transmission? Yes. Yes, I did. Had to go all the way to Yard Rat. It was this whole situation. You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, yeah, it makes it really useful if I need to get around my studio or office. Towel, how many projects do you have at once? A bunch. I don't keep count. I usually have one main project that gets the majority of my time, but when you do that, you get stagnation and you tend to get fatigue, project fatigue. And from a development standpoint, it's really important to manage your project fatigue, because once you get tired of your project, it can die. Your project can just die. So I have one main project that gets the majority of my time. Once I detect that I have project fatigue, I'll go work on some other projects that I know, okay, these projects are coming up. I'll work on them for a while, and that refreshes you. And it gives you new ideas, and that way you don't get discouraged working on your projects. Lunar Nights, hey, welcome. Yeah, it's my birthday. We're having a birthday hangout. So what I just did, I hope you caught it, I was just sharing details of the Sungrand Expedition. Let me give you a close-up. So this is hardware that's ready-made. I'm picking up hardware that's ready-made, but it's a very specific hardware, and I'm creating a unique operating system for it. But it's really difficult. I'll have to purchase a whole other computer because you have to have a computer that's set up just for the operating system, and it has to be very powerful, and I don't have the funds for that right now. So I've gotten to the early stages of designing the operating system, but I'd have to do some massive fundraising in order to actually get all the hardware I need to really set this up. So I'll give you a close look at the Expedition. This will be hardware or very similar hardware. Let me adjust the focus on OBS as well here. So let me configure video. How close can I get to the camera? That's about as close as I can get to the camera. Huh? So this is an anodized aluminum. It will be able to read your, well, this particular model, again, I don't know if I want that feature, but it'll read your heart rate, and your blood alcohol. No, I didn't mean that. That was an accident. It's not going to read your blood alcohol content. It'll read your blood oxygen levels, and it can use those sensors in the games. So say I'm playing a horror game and it can sense your heart rate, that will make you more visible to enemies. So you actively have to relax, otherwise enemies will detect you in this horror game. Can you imagine just the cool horror games that I can create with this? So again, it has the front-facing camera and it has a side-facing camera as well. So there's going to be a whole lot that I will be able to do in terms of creativity. The games that I make for the Expedition are games that would not work on any other platform. You know, you think like, oh, why not just put it on the phone? But that's different. A phone is not something that lives with you. It's now just a utilitarian thing, and it's not fun or interesting or magical, and you can't interact with your phone the same way that you interact with a watch. This is always with you. And so the philosophy behind the games is that the games live with you. Alright, let me catch up with the chat here. Minecraft is best. Is this a Silver Falls ARG? It's kind of like an ARG, yeah. All of the games, but it's not just going to be Silver Falls. Again, I said I have 10 new IPs that are in development for the expedition. They're likely not going to end up on other platforms because I want this to be unique and interesting. So it's not like I would say, oh, well, Light of Wonderia, maybe I'll just put it on the Switch. If you do that, then you lose everything that is unique and interesting about the concept. So there will be unique IPs to this, and then I'll distribute new games as I develop them over time. There we go. You're effing with me, right? If you're joshing, you have to tell us that's the rules. I'm not making this up. So this is actually real, yeah. I haven't charged it up, so it's, I don't know, it may not even turn on, yeah. But I haven't deployed the operating system to this. I'm still designing it, but I can't fully compile and build it until I get a brand new workstation that's very powerful, that's just for developing Android operating systems. But I'm very much looking forward to the challenge. This isn't real. Okay, I know it looks like I'm joking because I just had a straight face and I was pitching you the liquid neon, liquid self-stabilizing stabilizer VR glasses. I did that with a straight face, but that was a joke. This one's real. This is real. Real-world GPS-based gameplay would be amazing with this concept. Oh yeah, absolutely. You can put a SIM card in this, and it will have mobile data and GPS as well. And what I want is, you know, let's say you're going out for a run, right? Well, let's say you're going hiking, you're going for a walk down the street, you're taking your dogs walking. So let's say there's Silver Falls on this. You're walking around, and let's say you open your metal detector mode on this. So you know how you have the tech pad in White Inside its Umbra? Well, Silver Falls on the expedition will call it the Tech Watch. And so now you're wearing the Tech Watch, and it'll say, oh, you've opened metal detector mode, and it'll say, oh, it's detected something. So you open this as you're going for a walk, and it'll say, oh, hey, there's ammunition on the ground. You want to pick that up? So now you have your handgun ammo, you're picking up shotgun ammo. For, you know, other aspects, you'll have Silver Falls characters send you message. So let's say Bull Brandish messages you during the day. You know, he wouldn't know how to use one of these things, but let's say you get a message on the walkie-talkie, and he'll say, hey, I need some backup. You know, I'm in some trouble. And then you have the choice to just, you're at work, so you say, oh, I'm busy, you'll have to ask someone else. Or you can say, okay, I'll help you. Okay, go. So you go, and then you play a little segment. Obviously, you can use the ring, so you'll have the ring there. And you can also use the key fob controller. So now you're wearing that. I should just put that back on, shouldn't I? I will. So now you play a short segment that's only a couple minutes. You help Bull Brandish, and you're actively moving around. You're using the trigger, and you're shooting enemies. And then afterwards, you know, Bull Brandish maybe you'll increase your friendship points, and then maybe if you get your friendship points high enough, he'll give you a little kiss on the lips. You know, something like that. I haven't finalized the details, but it could be something like that. You know. So that's what I'm going for, is the characters that exist in the games treat you as if you exist in their world as well, and the expedition is the way you connect with them. As you're walking, as you're covering distances, you get rewards, you know, for visiting different GPS locations. It's not like Pokemon Go. I don't really understand Pokemon Go. It never really connected with me. This is something different. Someone call Soldier Boy. He should be here taking notes. Hey, Jason, good to see you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me look in my very secure box here. I'll see if there's anything interesting in there as well. Towel, I like the idea of the watch screen and the controller being all on one hand. Sony has entered the chat. Uh-oh. I love the idea. Would there be any way to develop for it at all? I would love to try and make something, even if it would have to be sideloaded. Look, obviously I'm going to let people sideload their own things, and I'll have guidelines so that you can develop your own stuff for it. It's just that I can't officially distribute things because I don't have the resources to do that well, and I don't want to enforce my design philosophy on other people. So those are the reasons I'm doing it. Whereas officially, I want this officially to adhere to my design philosophy and what I want to do with it. And I don't want to force people to stick to that. So officially, it will have my games that have a very specific design philosophy, and then you guys can just make whatever you want. I'll include some design notes. You can use Unity to design for, or anything that you can use to design for Android. Then you can, because the base operating system will be Android, but it will be a unique version of Android. I'm making that version myself. Yeah. Alex, thanks for that. The keyring would have silent but good feeling buttons, I think. Yes. What happened to the cockatoo? Oh, there's like an army of cockatoos outside right now. There's a ton of them. My dogs are actively chasing them away at the moment, so yeah. How do I make... Yeah, my dogs... You mentioned the cockatoos. You're not supposed to say the name out loud. Obviously, you invoke the curse of the cockatoo. So now my dogs are barking at them. How do I need to get the focus to go back to normal. Configure video. Right, okay, so OBS is... I don't know what's going on with OBS. I don't know how to make it... It's a little out of focus, isn't it? Configure video. Yeah, it's not letting me configure the video anymore. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm a little out of focus. Hey, that's fine. I might go and just refill my coffee a bit. So let me show you the ring. I'll give you a close look at the ring. So you can see, I'm experimenting with all kinds of different hardware because this one sticks up quite a bit, right? But I want to give people the option to have a slim version as well, because if they don't like that big old chunk, they can have a slim version of the Expedition as well. So we have the Expedition and the Expedition Slim. Or I could go like weird and call it the Slender, and that just makes it sound uncomfortable. So there we go. You have the two versions of the Expedition. Expedition and Expedition Slim. This one's very form-fitting, it's nice and close, but this one lacks cameras, so the games would know that you don't have camera functionality. So yeah, I'm just looking at hardware and pricing and whatnot. This one's quite sleek, you know, and I think if you don't want a big chunker watch, you know, you can use this one, but they'll have the same functionality, the same games. You'll be able to still wirelessly broadcast the main gameplay to the TV. And I've already done that. I'd like to show you guys, but I didn't even plan on showing you the Expedition, so I don't have it set up. But I have already set up the framework, so my games can already display the main content on the TV wirelessly, and then you control the games through here. And I really want to work on these, but unfortunately, I don't have the funding right now. I'm not financially in a spot where I can just focus on this. I'll have to sell a ton of Silver Falls games on the Switch, and that I'll have to sell so much that my studio will be comfortable for at least 12 months where I don't have to launch anything new on the Switch, like a major title. I can do smaller titles, but I would need 12 months of just working on this stuff, and then when I launch it, I want those 10 IPs to each have at least one game when this launches. I was experimenting with this thing, a wand, because some people have grown-up sized hands, they have man-bear sized hands, so a tiny controller won't do. These things are sleek, they're fun, and they're just meant so that you can... The design of these, the ring, is so that you can still use the touchscreen on there and not drop your controller. That's what these are for. So you have your dual analog sticks, you can move, you can, you know, you have your dual analog control. That's the whole point of these, is that you can handle like a modern first-person shooter. You have L2 and R2. There's 4 buttons there. And you can handle, like, if someone wanted to port Doom, you know, that sort of, you know, I don't know, whatever. With this wand, I was experimenting. If that thing's not comfortable, you can use this control wand that has this really uncomfortable sliding pad. This is cheap. I would find a better quality one, but I'm experimenting with all kinds of different hardware. That only has one trigger button. Oof. Alright, let me take my secure box here. What else have I got? Oh yeah, you got your wireless charging. Oh, this is a battery pack. So let's say you're playing Expedition, you're having a great time, you're out going for a hike, you're going for a walk, you buy one for your significant other, and then you guys can go out and go on an expedition. and your battery runs low. This thing can charge you back to full. I'd have to double check on that. It should get you back to full. So that, you charge this up separately. It's a battery pack. So you remove the Expedition. And you can see you just line up the pins. It sits on there magnetically, and now you can fully charge that up. Let that sit for a while, and you can play some more Expedition. Have lunch. Have lunch and recharge your Expedition. What else is in the bag here? Oh yeah, this is the HDMI unit. So this plugs into the... I think this is like a Chromecast clone. That plugs into the HDMI into your TV. And that lets you broadcast your gameplay from your Expedition to the TV. There's quite a few things. Yeah, in case anyone missed it, in case you didn't catch it, these are 2 different rings that you can control. These actually feel really good. I'm gonna... Can you guys hear how clicky that is? It feels really nice. They're not mushy. I really like those. These are touch buttons on the ring, and they charge. If you have a look on the inside, there's a magnetic contact point for recharging. I don't know how to show this to you. There's a magnetic contact point to recharge. So it's connected via Bluetooth. These are silent buttons. They don't click. Plus, it's quite discreet. It just looks like, so your boss comes over to your desk, you have your watch, sitting there, and you're sort of touching your ring, and you're using the ring to play your Expedition games. Your boss comes over, and you can just, close out of the game, and you wouldn't even think that anything was up. Okay. I think that's everything I can show you for now. I have a bunch of other experimental hardware in here. This is candy. No, seriously, this is not candy. That was in there because I didn't want these things to get moisture in them. What if I was one of those obnoxious YouTubers? I'm gonna do my impersonation of a YouTuber. Okay, here it is. Guys, I'm a YouTuber now. Yo, what up, Sungrand fam? I'm about to take the silica gel challenge. Drop me $50 in the chat. And I'm gonna open this up and eat all the silica gels. Burn, burn, burn. Is that what you... No, that's TikTok. I'm a TikToker now, right? Is that what I'm doing? Anyway, drop that $50 in the chat. And then I'm going to eat the silica gel packet. Burr, 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 burr. I'm done being a YouTuber now. Alright, okay, I better catch up. So, did we even get a Dreamcast SDK installed or what? Also, happy birthday. You're a young 25. Thanks. I kind of wish. AirTap. In all honesty, I actually love this game concept. It seems to incorporate a lot of tech that could work extremely well together, and the controller being a watch is a great idea. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like the idea. So yeah, you guys are the only people that know about this now. Please don't tell Sony. Please don't tell Sony. It seems like the thing that they would just steal right away. I think it should read my blood and alcohol level too. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to get a sensor to read the alcohol content, but it can read oxygen, The higher it is, the more sluggish my movements are. Yeah. Or it's like, let's say I make like a dating sim on that, and then the higher your alcohol content is, like when you hit a sweet point in there, like you are able to accrue friendship points faster in the dating sim. Yeah, because you're just like, you're more relaxed and smooth and you're more confident after you've had a couple drinks. But then if you have too much and the game senses you've had too much, then your charisma drops like crazy and you actually damage your friendships permanently. Ooh, that got real a little too fast. You could make it shock players if they're not paying enough attention to the NPCs in the game. Yeah, it's like, hey dude, I almost got killed by a pack of wolves. And I can tell by sensing your heart rate that you weren't doing anything, you were sitting down, so why didn't you help me when I sent you the message? Lightning bolt to the face in the game, get a strong shock. I was worried about those glasses. So, is it a RAM limitation for the Operation OS workstation? It's a lot. It's a lot of requirements. I'm looking up. I've done the research into creating your own Android operating systems, and it's demanding. It takes a ton of storage, a lot of processing, a lot of RAM. I don't know it all off the top of my head because I haven't memorized it. When I was doing the research, I was looking at it going, oh, none of my current systems can handle it because all of my workstations, I barely have any space free. They're all for game development. So I need to get a whole new station, and it takes like tons and tons of gigs. So when I have the funding ready, and again, I want to self-fund this, I want to earn a ton of money by making great games on the Switch and selling tons and tons of them, and by doing that, I'll be able to fund development of the Expedition. You know, honestly, your whole idea kind of reminds me of Pokemon Go and a Wii U game that uses the Wii U tablet like Zombie U. It's an interesting idea. Yeah, I was inspired when I created White Inside Its Umbra, and I wanted the game to treat you like you existed in the game world. That's what inspired me to come up with this concept, so yeah. This really seems like a fully developed concept evolved from White Inside Its Umbra. Yeah, Genose, absolutely. You've got it. That's really where I was moving forward from. Genose, bruh. Wii U and 3DS ending online functionality within a year. Yeah, Awakening, unfortunately. But that's... I see it as an opportunity for Nintendo to move forward, to improve their systems, and to take us into the future with them, because I'm certain that they're working on some very exciting things. And, my philosophy is you can't move forward if you're busy looking back. And if you try to move forward while you're looking back, you will stumble. You'll trip over something. So it sucks having to let go of things in the past. But as a great man once said in the history of the United States, let the past die, kill it if you have to. George Bush Sr. I couldn't keep a straight face, I'm sorry. Andy, hey, thanks for coming to hang out. Will there be a form of 3D implementation in the DS Silver Falls games? No, unfortunately. I don't have my console, but I can grab it. I can do 3D on the DS, but in order to actually make the games look good and be interactable, it would take a significant amount of work, like a huge amount of work and a huge amount of time. And because I don't make money off the DS games, it would be destructive to my studio if I were to spend the time and resources creating a 3D DS game. Whereas 2D DS games I can make very quickly and proficiently. So unfortunately, I won't be making 3D DS games. I just don't, and I wouldn't be able to monetize them. So that's why I won't do 3D. But I miss the 3D on the DS. I didn't like it at the time because I was playing PSP also, and PSP just had way better graphics. But looking back, I really admire the 3D graphics on the DS from a nostalgic standpoint. And it's quaint, isn't it? It's really neat. Air tap. I've had that candy before. It tastes awful. Oh no, it reminds me of the whole Tide Pod challenge. That was a thing. Ugh. The world was strange in that moment, wasn't it? So, okay, so what have we got? What other consoles are we doing, you guys? I'm sorry if I missed it. The chat's moving pretty busy today. So we got our Wonder Swan. We'll look at the Wonder Swan. I'm trying to download the Dreamcast still, but we started downloading Lumen, but now I don't know about it. So if you guys want to name out other SDKs, and I'll get some SDKs installed. So we got Batari. That one's pretty good. Let's just bring this over here. What else can we download? Alright. I'll catch up to the chat. Luna Nights, yeah, I don't like to watch TikTok or Instagram, even YouTube Short, because majority's just nonsense, yeah. I don't have TikTok. I don't have the other things. Honestly, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm too good for social media. It's not that. I'm so busy with work that if I had those things, it would just waste all my time. I don't even have time to play the games that I really like. My favorite video game of all time is Final Fantasy VII. I have not played the remake. I have not played the Final Fantasy remake. Resident Evil 2 is one of my favorite games. I haven't played the remake. I haven't played the remake of Resident Evil 4. I haven't played any of those. And if any of you are in the Discord and you chat with me, then I'm sure we've chatted about those games. And I absolutely love those games. And I don't have time. So it's not like, oh, I'm too good for social media, I'm too good for TikTok. I don't have time. I don't even get to do the things that I really want to do. But that's, I'm willing to pay that cost, because you can see I have so much vision for what I want to accomplish and what I want to achieve. And if I don't work my butt off, it's not going to happen. So I just have to spend a lot of hours working very hard, very efficiently. I love playing and messing around with White Inside. It's such a cool experience. I'm glad you're enjoying that, and I hope you're having fun. So, I don't know if a lot of people know this, because I didn't get to implement the special effect for it, but if you play hard mode with White Inside its Umbra, when you get the electro shot, you have to use the metal detector, you find the electro shot for gold. In hard mode only, he doesn't take it back from you. You get to keep it. And if you are using the nunchuck, if you press the Z button, it actually shoots the electro shot, and you can damage and stun enemies with it. So you can actually use that for combat. There's a sound effect, but I didn't have time to implement the actual particle effect. But it is a usable weapon only in hard mode. So go ahead and try that in White Inside its Umbra. Ginoze, I genuinely think it's one of the best 3D aesthetics for a lot of types of games. A recent project I was working on, I started rendering down as many faces as possible until I started getting a DS 3D look. That's so cool. I would like to do that, though. I would like to make a game that's in that aesthetic, but you got to say goodbye to all them sweet, sweet polygons, is what I'm saying, What about the My Arcade handhelds you can buy at Walgreens? Those are a little different. Those are, they're kind of like the modern version of Tiger handhelds, aren't they? Ginoze, as a fan of Final Fantasy VII, I can tell you that your time is better spent not playing the remake. Ooh, ow! That's scathing. AirTap, no, don't say that, Jane. Say I really like it. It looks cool. It looks really cool. I would like to play it. And it's not the original, obviously, but do you want to play, if you want to play the original again, play the original. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, You're completely fair and indulged to love the game. To me, it is literally Final Fantasy 13-4. We got a lot of Final Fantasy 13 games. This is a little known fact. Many people don't actually know this, but I know this. That Final Fantasy 13 actually has more games than the rest of the whole Final Fantasy series. There are more Final Fantasy 13 games than there are Final Fantasy games. Little known fact. I mean, you guys can take that with you. You can share that if you want. Not a lot of people know that, but I know that. Bored me to tears. Oh no! Look, I found 13 kind of difficult to play. I really wanted to like it, but it was difficult for me to play. But it was right at the start of the COVID lockdown, so I had virtually nothing else to do. I think we have some negative association with things that we experienced alongside COVID. I think our negative feelings tend to get attached to those things. That's what I find for me personally, It's definitely got some valid criticism, but overall I think it's a good job of telling the story from a different perspective. Don't like the way they made it into chapters, though. Ooh. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You guys are having like an inside conversation with me. And I'm somehow more upset about that in retrospect. Invisible monster in White Umbra is hard to kill when you panic. Yeah, that was that's something that we had difficulties with balancing in testing, were the invisible creatures in White Umbra, is that we had testers come in that had never played the game before. Am I floating? I'm looking at my webcam. Oh, I think I'm floating. Have I been there the whole time? That's funny. That's very funny. Let me fix that. Nobody said anything. It's my birthday and you guys didn't say anything about me being disconnected. Wow, thanks. I thought I could trust you guys, but I guess that's just where our friendship is right now. Yeah, so we had people come in to test White Inside its Umbra, and some people fell off the balance board, so we had to take the balance board out for combat. But it was difficult because they had, if that was the Wii U gamepad, they would have the monsters, the invisible monsters. So they turn on the camera, and they're looking around, they go, okay, I see the monster, they shoot it, And then the whole appeal is you look away from there, and you look back up the TV, and there's another monster that has just popped up in the corner that you didn't realize was there. And usually that's the point where people would sort of stumble back, and we had people falling off the balance boards. And then some people had dropped the gamepad because they got so startled. We had people that were, they hear the monster sound, and so they look away from the TV, they look at their tech pad, they open the camera app, and then they see the creature, the invisible enemy, suddenly appear, and then they were startled and fell back. They would drop their Wii remotes, and it was so difficult to balance white inside its Umbra. But I fought so hard to keep all those core features in there because I wanted to create something that was unique and interesting that really showed what the Wii U could really do, and just give people something really exciting and interesting that I think only the Wii U could provide, you know? AirTap, I have the original on 4 different platforms. Big fan of 7. Yeah, me too. So when I was a kid, I went to an electronics boutique. I wanted to buy a Final Fantasy VII poster, and they didn't have one, but the staff member had something they were going to throw out. It was like a cardboard cutout, a cardboard of Cloud, and his hair was sticking out of the top, his sword handle was sticking out of the cardboard, and it was a wall hanger. And he said, "Here, you can have this, kid." And that was just, it's the coolest moment I've ever had in any shop. And, I mean, 7 was always going to be my favorite game of all time. I knew it when I played it. But that moment was like, whoa, this is... The dude that gave that to me is really cool. They were going to throw it out anyway, but I always had that in my room as a teenager growing up. As a grown adult, I don't have anything interesting in my room. There's no decorations or Final Fantasy VII posters. That's what my office is for. That's full of all the full, fun decorations now. You still have a sealed copy of 7. Whoa! And you quit your job at a game store when you used to work when you were younger. That's awesome. You got sealed 7. Nice. You have been the floating Zoltan torso this whole entire stream. Nobody said anything. Thanks, everyone. You have a copy of SNK Classics for Wii. Whoa, nice. Nice. Hey, Carl. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. All right, guys. What else can we install here? How are we on the... let's just check. So we're hanging out here, we're installing SDKs, I'm just sharing information about my upcoming stuff. So this is a Nintendo DS, right? It's a green cartridge, so it's going invisible. I'm going to plug this cartridge into the DS, I'm going to power it on. Okay, I'm going to run the GBA game. So this is a real GBA cartridge, it's a retail cartridge. It's full, it's normal. You can see I've deployed a Game Boy Advanced title onto a Game Boy Advance cartridge. The speakers on this particular unit are kind of broken, but it is playing music, it has sound. So there's, I don't think I've showed this to anyone. So this is basically a Hello World, it's a proof of concept. So, I'm just going to... You should never do this, but I'm going to prove it's running off the cartridge. It stopped running. It stopped running. So I can deploy Silver Falls games to cartridges. So I will be offering Silver Falls God Bless America as an actual Game Boy Advance game. So, I hope you look forward to that. And if I don't know if it's possible, but I probably could put Galaxy Bound Curse. See, the difficulty is on actual Game Boy cartridges. I can deploy my games to Game Boy cartridges, but Galaxy Bound Curse is 4 megabytes, and I cannot get cartridges that have 4 megabytes of storage for the Game Boy Color. That's where my difficulty is. If I made a smaller sized Game Boy game, then I can deploy those onto cartridge. So yeah. Mike Garcia, you have a sealed N900 Nokia Linux smartphone with keyboard. Ah, that's awesome. Silver Falls Homebrew is looking good. Oh, thanks. Oh, okay. Let me see what I can share with you guys. Let me have a look here. Let me see. What else can I? See, this is my commercial development. And I generally don't have the Homebrew stuff on here. I have a different Homebrew workstation, and that has the DS and the Vita development and my PSP development as well. PSP. Oh, where's my PSP? It's in my studio, isn't it? Yeah, I can show you that stuff. I can make PSP games, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. Hey, Matt, spawn holes, cool. Spoon holes? Spawn holes? I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Yeah, I'm making Nokia stuff. Let me open this up here. I'll show you my development environment from Nokia, because I am making a Nokia Silver Falls, and that's going to be Silver Falls Pocket. Let me find my development environment here. I've left hints. So sometimes when I'm doing my videos and live streams, I'll leave hints in terms of the icons that are on my screen. And no one seemed to mention them, but I have left some hints in there just to be pretty funny. Hold on, let me just see what's in here. So there are a couple things that people haven't picked up on. I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to spoil it. It's going to be very funny when I announce this other stuff that I'm working on. Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to find... Where is it? I can't find a development environment for that. You know what? I did this massive clean out of my desktop because it was irritating me how many icons there were on there. And I think I deleted some of the shortcuts. So, yeah, I don't have it. Anyway, I was going to show you the environment for... Look, this is... We're hanging out. We're having fun. This is one icon that I've had sitting around for a while. Sometimes I've had it in the past. I'll just let you know that connects to TI graphing calculators. So, no one's asked about it, and I've had that sitting on my desktop for a while. So I'll leave it there. I'll let you just think about it. Oh man, phones having full-size keyboards on them was the worst design style. Reminds me of all the Blackberries I used to see as a kid. I think it's okay when they slide and you can get rid of the keyboard, but having them always open is kind of a nightmare, you know? Right. I was thinking I'd show you guys stuff. Okay, so I've got this, and that's not a Resident Evil reference. This is View Engine Studio, and it lets you make Virtual Boy games. You can download it yourself. Go ahead and join the community if you would. View Engine. I'm typing on the wrong computer, aren't I? View Engine. Oh, I've got caps lock on like I'm someone's grandpa. Maybe it's one word. View Engine. I'll type in Virtual Boy. I can't spell at the moment. Virtual Boy. There we go. Type in View Engine Studio. You can download it. It's kind of difficult to get it set up properly, but it will walk you through it. But you have to open command prompt. You have to do some like Linux stuff, but they'll guide you through it. It's a little confusing. But you can see the stuff that they make here. So I've had that installed. No one's asked about that either, but I've had that sitting on my desktop for a while as well. No one's asked about it. But I do have Homebrew for Virtual Boy in planning. It's not an active development, but I have been able to deploy test games to the Virtual Boy. So at some point in the future, I would like to make some Virtual Boy games. I think that would be very fun. Okay, so I got... Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I've got so many mices here open. Okay, what else are we... So, I couldn't figure out how to get that Wonder Swan thing open. What else were we asking? We asked for Dreamcast. So I still can't... I'm trying to figure out how to get that. It said I have to go to the Discord and ask for it, right? Because I'm clicking on that. Dream SDK. But nothing happens. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go Dream SDK download. Using the wrong keyboard again, aren't I? Dream SDK. The Dreamcast, I think of all the consoles, Dreamcast is one that people have asked for the most. Yeah. See, that's from 2018, though. See, so I've gone to the GitHub, and what did the GitHub say? I'm sorry, the GitHub. I'll turn the music up. I don't know if the music's ever too loud at any point. Okay, so we're on R2. Oh, that post up there said R2. Okay, I'm gonna click on that. I've got so many tabs open. Oh, can I download the R2 from here? Let's see. So I am going to click on the suppository. It says there's 17 suppositories here. Do I click on this? How do you install it? So use the SDK shell and use the package directly from the command line. This is the stuff where it really takes time. This isn't my strong point, using all this GitHub stuff. So if there's like, if you can't just run an exe, I tend to stumble through this stuff, you know. And if you want to be a strong leader, you shouldn't admit to being awful at using GitHub. But I just want to open up to all of you, and that GitHub's not my strong point. It kind of confuses me, honestly, because you go from one GitHub to another, and they tend to look suddenly very different from the other entries that you've seen. So, yeah, I'm just not great at using GitHub. Sometimes it leaves me a bit lost. I'm gonna drag and drop this guy here. Right? Is that? Are we getting it? It's 143 kilobytes. This can't be correct, so I have to compile this myself, don't I? Yeah, you have to compile that. I'm not great at understanding how to do all that. Download the official. What if I click on that? See, this is a little frustrating for me because nothing happens when I click download. So I don't know if anyone out there understands what's happening here. It's a little frustrating. I can't download it. So we're stuck. We're stuck on the Dreamcast. I'm gonna put a big ol' sad face right here. That's a sad face. I don't know. Evangelion. Speaking of Virtual Boy, I kind of wish Nintendo made a color remaster of Virtual Boy Wario Land. That game is solid, with its only flaw being on the Virtual Boy. That sucks because it is a pretty cool game. It's pretty good. Yeah, so it opened a window because I held control, right? So I'm holding control and I'm clicking it. Normally that opens a new window, but it closes right away. If you just click it, nothing happens. So I don't know if anyone out there knows what to do about this. I would like to download this and use it, but I don't know. I couldn't get it to work. AirTap, as a person learning about game dev, using GitHub for version control has been a bit of a weak point for me too. Nearly caused me to lose my project completely more than once. Whoa, yikes. That's scary. I've downloaded the GitHub desktop client, and I suppose I'll have to learn how to use it properly at some point. I'm still looking for a good Saturn emulator so I can play Shining Force 3 Part 1 again. I think... Does Android have a decent Saturn emulator? I have a couple emulator handhelds. One of them I think has a decent Saturn emulator, but when I say decent, like it doesn't run at full speed now that I'm just remembering it. But that handheld's like 2 years old. The new one's probably going to be much better. So let's see. I have the I have Magic Leap for Unity. Cool. Let's see what that's like. Okay. Okay. Alright. Magic Leap looks cool. They look expensive. And I need to focus on development that will keep the studio financial. So, unfortunately, I won't be purchasing a Magic Leap anytime soon. If I sell like a ton of my upcoming Switch games, I'll buy a Magic Leap and try to develop for it. Does anyone have a Leia LumaPad, that 3D tablet? Oh, I'd like to develop for that, man. That looks really great. Okay, what other platforms do we want to develop for? The link works on your end, Carl? The link works for you? How? To download. Okay, would you do me a favor and like upload that file and then send me like the link? I don't know, like put it on Mega Uploads or something, you know. Because I've tried on multiple computers. Maybe they don't want I'm in Australia. They don't want Australians to download it. And that is my segue into today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. I'm just kidding. I'll never be sponsored. I don't have a virtual private network. Yeah. Hey, wow, I'd appreciate that. Yeah, I tried getting Dreamcast the other day, and I couldn't even download it. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is. What else can we? What else do we have? What else? What's that one for the Game Boy? The one with the duck? Wonder Duck? Super Duck? Duck Boy? Can you guys gotta help me think of that one other console. The Wonder Duck, the Super Duck, the Good Duck, the Duck Boy, the Silly Duck. What was it called? You know, it's a handheld that oh yeah, I'm developing for the Mini as well. I haven't been able to do that full time yet. I'm just dabbling here and there. I'm learning how to do it. Let me see if I've got my development environment right here. Wonder Duck? Wonder Duck, is that it? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, right? Wonder Duck handheld. That's not what I was expecting. Okay, it's not called the Wonder Duck. The Super Duck. The Mega Duck. Mega Duck? There we go. That's our friend. Has anyone ever seen this in real life? Has anyone ever even used... I want this one. I want this one because it looks like it's going to snap in half. The Watara Supervision, but I think... Does it also go by the Mega Duck? Or are they two different things? The Watara Supervision. Are they the same thing? No, that says it's time... No, they're different. That says... The Mega Duck. Timelex. We're doing it. We're going to go Mega Duck SDK. When I move my head and the neon liquid stabilizing fluid rolls around, it makes me feel very sick. Mega Duck. Oh, no. Google. Mega Duck SDK. No. Does it have an SDK? Okay. Why is that a slash? Why is it Game Boy Color Analog Pocket Mega Duck? What does that mean? What is the relation? Okay, we're gonna go Watara Supervision. Oh, Watara. Supervision SDK. Man. Maybe there isn't an SDK for this. I would like that. Come on. Oh, no. I don't see an SDK for the Watara... Guys, how am I going to make a game for the Watara Supervision? I'll look at that later. Watara Supervision. No, take the SDK out. Look at this fun friend, you guys. Look at this guy. Oh, what a fun friend. Look at him. Isn't that precious? That is precious. 92. Good luck to you, man. You're not going to compete with a Game Boy. That's tough. That's real tough. How come we haven't seen this form factor again? I would call that the 45-degree angle. I'm going to call that the 45 form factor. Why haven't we seen the 45 again? Because that looks special to me. There's room for shoulder buttons back there, you know. Needs a bit more grip down here, honestly, for your hands to hold on to. I was going to show you some cool stuff. What else have we got going on here? Evangelion, I honestly pray and hope Sega releases a Sega Saturn Mini. That would be so great. And include the best Sega Saturn games like the Panzer Dragoon trilogy, Saturn Resident Evil, Burning Rangers. That would be so great. You talking about the Mega Swan. Mega Swan. We love birds in the gaming industry, don't we? Mega Swan. I don't think I know what the Mega Swan is. What is a Mega Swan? I've never heard of that. I don't see it. Is this what you're talking about? Dang, you were 5 years old when that released. Let's see. Gina say, now I'll tell you what we need. A Silver Falls game for the Tiger R-Zone. Well, we have Guardians and Metal Exterminators, so I could port that to the R-Zone. I'm sure there's an R-Zone emulator. Surely there is. You know what? Let's see. Let's get some Ghoul Busters music in here. Let me do that. Ghoul Busters Falls. Soundtrack. Time. So luckily I learned how to create music for the Game Boy, because creating music for the Game Boy Advance, I'll use the same method. And that's pretty great. I was worried about having to learn to program a new file format for the Game Boy Advance, but it turns out I can use the same method as the Game Boy Color, but now I can synthesize instruments with waveforms, so that's great. This is making me feel sick. Oh wow, this isn't good. This is a bad product. I think they need to replace the liquid neon fluid. I actually feel really dizzy now, so that's not a good product. An R-Zone game is gonna make AVGN crazy. So let's see. R-Zone. I'm not seeing. Okay. Oh, MAME. MAME can emulate it. Well, there we go. We've got everything we need. That's great. That's really great. So I was going to show you, let me just grab my Microsoft Flat real quick. My coffee is ice cold, I need to make another one. My Flat turned itself off. Good thing it doesn't take that long to turn. You know, I'm going to boot up my, let's play some music. Let me grab my guitar. So you can see, if you have a look at the screen here, I've got GB Studio for Game Boy Color development. I have GameMaker 8.1, and that's for old stuff, but I can actually deploy, if you make games a certain way with that, you can deploy it to the PSP. So I use that for PSP development. I have 8-bit Unity, which lets me make games for old things like the Lynx, NES. I have View Engine Studio for Virtual Boy. I have Visual DB Basic. Is that what it's called? For Atari games. Yeah, I've got development set up for the old Nokia phones. I've got other stuff. Let me grab my other. I've got a second Microsoft Flat. Okay. I really like these things. These are great. These are fantastic. They do this cool little magnetic deal right here, like that. I like that very much. Okay, let me open my other Microsoft Flat, which doesn't have a bloating battery. I like how quickly these things boot up. I'm gonna grab my guitar in a minute. We're just gonna rock. Okay. I was watching some trophy there. So what do we got here? God, we got so much stuff on here. No, this doesn't have anything different from the other thing. What is AGS 3.6? I have this one. This one's has less homebrew development than that other stuff. Let me see what I have in here. Oh, I've got a setup for DOS. I can make DOS games. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one's got my GBA setup on there, but I gotta install that on the other one as well. Yeah, I can make old DOS games. I do have stuff in development for DOS as well. Obviously, we can all run it on emulators, so it's not going to be a big deal. We'll be able to run it through the website as well. So, just cool stuff. Cool stuff. Let me grab a guitar. Let's just rock for a little while. Be right back. Back when Java was fun. Yeah, I have the SDK set up for that. We'll be able to emulate it on modern phones when I make the Java games for Nokia devices. I'll grab them. I'll just grab a bunch of stuff and bring it over. We can chill. Okay, guys. If you just give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, hey, I think we need to make an adjustment to the webcam here. Let me try and fix that real quick. What if we just take that out? That's a bit better, isn't it? Okay. Cool, so I got this new effects pedal. Let's go ahead and play some, we'll just jam a little bit, why don't we? Any requests? Anyone want me to play Freebird? I'm just kidding, I don't actually know how to play Freebird. Okay, you know what? Let's spun around here, aren't I? Let me find a cool pedal effect, and then we'll play along with some Ghoul Busters. How about that? Well, that's kind of cool. Can you guys hear that all right? Let me know if the volume's okay. Is that all right? Let me go through my effects here. Too loud. I've never actually played this Game Boy stuff on guitar, so I don't know what key I'm in actually. What about hooray, I finished the level. What stuff we can jam to? What's jammable here? Oh, you know what? Yeah. Does that sound alright? Guardians and Metal Exterminators stuff. I haven't played these songs in ages. I've been writing so much stuff. I write so much stuff I actually can't keep track of I can't afford to learn my songs as well. It's really quiet on the computer. Hey, Rashad Z. Thanks. Good to see you. Let's check out some other effects. Oh, I made this cool swell one the other day. Like, oh, chorus, cool. Let me find some other tracks. These are Silverball's music are not jam tracks. I'm figuring that out now. Oh, come on, this track's so good. Okay. Could you make a theme song just for Slim? You know what? I don't think it would. I don't think it would be on this guitar. Yeah, maybe in the future I'd do a different one. Let me find what's jammable here. Let me see. Let's see. This is an all mandolin thing, but I'll just see if I can jam to this. No, mandolin music. What about this one? What are my other tracks? Let me get the other Guardians of Metal Exterminator tracks in here. Alright, we're gonna start again. I can't even hear the music over the amp. I don't actually remember how to play that. I made it. I forget stuff after I compose it because I got too much to do. Oh, that's one of the new. This is a new track from Guardians of Metal Exterminators. Let's do these effects. Jesse Glenn, thanks for coming and hang out. We're just hanging out today. Thanks for the birthday wishes. You're trying to guess if you regret or something. It's an Ibanez Art Core. Pretty happy with this semi-hollow body. This is the first guitar I ever bought. Bought this as a teenager. Probably a bit too expensive for a teenager, but I've taken good care of it over the years. I've used it in much of the soundtracks of Silver Pulse. The newer tracks coming up as well. Coming up for the Guardians of Metal Exterminators coming to the Switch has the extended soundtrack. So these are the new tracks. This is what key is this? What key did I write this in? This is oh shoot, it goes like out of tune. What are your favorite bands? It's gonna be anything like a Pink Floyd, Queen, Eagles, Creedence Clearwater, King Crimson. You know, anything that's like that. Anything from that era. Boy, I don't know what key this is in, and my guitar is a little out of tune now. So, what do we got? I think that's the last one. Okay. That's one song where I was trying to make it kind of sound like an old ABBA song. I'm not a big ABBA fan, but I was sort of drawing on that disco energy for that one, and the chord sequence I did for that is not something I would normally write. So it was a little weird. Anyway, hey, so this is let's see if I can show you this. I've got batteries in this fellow, right? This is a Game Boy cartridge here. I'm gonna boot this up. See if that turns on. That turning on? So this just is a quick tech demo here. Just a quick test. But you see that was just a normal Game Boy cartridge, physical Game Boy cartridge. Oh, that title screen says Ghoul Busters on it. So that's yeah. So I am able to deploy to Game Boy cartridges as well. So there we go. We have Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. The cartridge is invisible, isn't it? Because it's green, of course. And there we are. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, what are your guys' favorite bands? In the comments, let me know. So, yeah, I'll listen to Pink Floyd any day. I really like Creedence. I play a lot of Creedence stuff. You know, a lot of Eagles. Anything from that era, I'm a pretty big fan of. Got a lot of stuff here. Let's see if this guy's got any battery power on this guy. It's a Nokia phone. Power on. Main screen turn on. Why isn't this guy turning on? It's a little worrying that this guy's not turning on because I charged it. Okay, so I think this is a problem here. I really want this guy to work. Why aren't you working? I think he doesn't hold charge. I think if you have the battery drained, I charged this thing last week, honestly. Okay. So he doesn't like holding his charge when he's turned off. What do we have? We have one of these LG things here. The power button on this guy. Just hold phones. What have I got here? That one's powering on. That's an old Nokia. That's an old Nokia. We have a Texas Instruments TI-84 Plus. That's like the new 3DS of graphing calculators. So I have gotten a data link onto that. I can connect to the computer. We got that. I want to know why this fella isn't turning on. I compel you to turn on. Just have to charge it. Okay, we got this LG phone here. Let me see if I can boot up. Oh, okay, it's gone something back. Whoa, this feels fiddly. So I've got my games list here. Can't focus on it, can I? Webcam's having problems focusing today. There's Silver Falls Pocket on the list. It says loading. Enable sound. Yeah, I want to enable sound. Yes, please. Yes. How do I say yes? It says loading. I've opened the wrong game here. It went to Urban Assault because these controls are a little fiddly. Okay, I'm opening Silver Falls Pocket. You can hear the MIDI version of this song here. Who likes MIDIs? Raise your hand if you miss MIDIs. Raise your hand in the chat if you used to have like playlists on your Windows 98 computer of MIDIs and you downloaded video game MIDIs and you had whole playlists in there. That was me. I'm a proud MIDI user. So yeah, Silver Falls Pocket for mobile, or for, it's going to be Java, all I'd say is Silver Falls, yeah. That's going to be any of these old phones that can run Java. I'm collecting a bunch of old devices so I can make Silver Falls Pocket work on as many devices as possible. So if you guys have one of these sitting around, please try to find them, and then if you need to, purchase a new battery for them so you can enjoy Silver Falls Pocket. That will be a free game. There will be no monetization, and it will be a battle RPG. So similar to how Gaiden Deathly Delusion Destroyers on the 3DS was a battle RPG, then Silver Falls Pocket is a battle RPG. So it's a long-term game. There's reasons to check in, multiple times throughout the day. If you're checking in different days of the week, you're building up a massive cast of characters. and I can add updates and improvements and new content whenever I want. So Silver Falls Pocket will be a game that I maintain and update long term moving forward. But again, it hasn't launched yet. I don't have a release date because I don't have. It isn't. It's not going to be a money, a source of revenue for the studio. So that's just going to be a fun bonus game that everyone will be able to enjoy. So I have to focus on the Switch releases for now. Let me catch up with the chat here. If it is 10/10, you share the day with a special day only boss in Undertakers. So sorry. Oh, Undertale. So sorry. I've never played Undertale. I don't get the reference. I haven't played many games, honestly, recently, because of working so much. AirTap, nice. I've never played an Ibanez before. My first guitar was salvaged from a house fire in my local area. Had burn marks all over it, so covered with stickers. Hey, instruments with characters, man. You can hear the soul of an instrument, I believe. Game Rant included Silver Falls Ghoul Busters to the article, 6 great games to play outdoors. No way! That's so cool! How neat! I don't generally, I never listen to videos or articles or anything like that talk about my games, because I think it's a little narcissistic to do that. I launch my games, I send them out into the world, and then I don't go and look up what people are saying about them. I just keep working. I just keep making what I want. So thanks for letting me know. That's really cool. How neat. A lot of phones use either Java or Brew MP, but I think all my flip phones are Brew. Is there any way they can be converted? I heard of Way, I think. I'm not sure. I'll look that up. I'll look Brew MP. Let's do that now. Let's do that. Java to Brew MP. I'm trying to get this mouse thing out of the way here. Okay, let's see. Convert maybe. What would you put in convert? Hard to say. JDK. I don't know. I think I'm using OpenJDK to install that. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'll have to look that up. The number of different devices I've seen this stream is wild. Really cool new and old tech you've got, man. That's what I'm passionate about. I love all this stuff. I love old tech. I love new tech. It's all great fun. It's all very interesting and exciting. And it's more stuff you get to share with people, more excitement. I have so many mice here. I gotta color code this. I gotta work something out here. So I don't have anything to deploy to show you that right now. I'm still learning how to do all of that. So still learning. Still learning. Yeah, so. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to working on these homebrew games. It's fun stuff. It's really cool. Undertale is really good. Play it if you have a chance. I'll put that on my list. I'll take the recommendation. Jesse Glenn, I only used MIDI when writing with Sibelius for marching band. Cool. That's cool. I used to write MIDI in the past I used Cakewalk 2000 and I used Cakewalk either 2000 or 2001. I used to use Cakewalk. These days I use Studio One. So yeah, pretty excited to write more music in MIDI format. I'm just gonna say that I am working on gaming platforms will have to use MIDI, so that's exciting. All these things, like the MIDI phones and whatnot, this thing's cool. This one's really cool, but it looks like it didn't hold charge and standby. I like that. It's a Nokia N95, I think, but I'll have to use MIDI for my games. So I'm looking forward to busting open. I'll have to find some old software. I know I've got old software on a laptop, so I'll install some old stuff, and yeah, I'll be writing MIDI for Silver Falls Pocket, which will be a long-term battle RPG. And who knows if people want to see an HD version of it, maybe I could port it. But I'd rather focus on making really cool exclusive games than just leaving them there for people to enjoy their own way. So anyway, I'm probably going to get some lunch, so I just want to thank everyone for the birthday wishes and for hanging out. It's been really fun hanging out. I got to share some of the tech with you. You know, we didn't really do any development today, but that's not the point. We're here to hang out. We got a couple SDKs. I shared some stuff with you. If you want to make more recommendations, yeah, please feel free. So, yeah, we'll wrap things up. I think I'll get myself some lunch. Maybe I'll go and get, I don't know, maybe I'll get Chinese food or something. So, it's been great. I'm going to have to write a script and record a video about the developments with Unity. The CEO has stepped down, and I feel that this is a great opportunity for Unity Technologies and the game industry to move forward in a very positive and constructive way. And I'm really excited for what the future holds. So, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Sorry I didn't keep up with the chat that much. There was, yeah, I was falling behind a little bit. We'll see you guys next time. We'll take care. And thanks for hanging out on the birthday stream. We'll see you all soon. I'll have news for the Vita Homebrew. So, and this is going to be called. Oh, very quickly before I go, I'll just share the details of Silver Falls on the Homebrew. It's going to be Silver Falls Survive. I'm doing a couple new tracks for it, but I'm not doing a full soundtrack yet. I'll just add to it as time goes on. So the details of Silver Falls Survive on the Vita, I'm hoping to launch that within a week or so, just so we can enjoy it for the Halloween season as much as possible. So I'm really pushing to get that done as quickly as possible. So Silver Falls Survive on the Vita is going to be a mostly open environment exploration survival game. During the daytime, I'm still wondering if I should sync it to the real-time clock or not. I'm thinking maybe I won't. During the daytime, you'll be collecting resources. You'll encounter mostly just animals, so it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. During the nighttime is when you encounter the dangerous cryptids in Silver Falls Survive, and that's where it gets really dangerous. So you'll want to collect as many resources and weapons during the day, and then during the night you can deal with the enemies. But there are going to be a couple mechanics. There's only a couple people here, so I'll share some details of the mechanics with you. So you're playing as a character named Iron Austin. And if you want to read Heavy Shadow on the Silver Falls website, you can read Heavy Shadow for free. But Iron Austin is sort of dealing with this difficult moment in his life where he's splitting up with his wife. He's just sort of stepping away from her. And she's been abusive to him for many, many years. And so there's a stress meter in Silver Falls Survive. And certain things, like when you get attacked by enemies, other situations when your health is low and whatnot, it builds up your stress meter. And when your stress meter in the game maxes out, the screen gets blocked by an image of Iron's wife, and then there's text that comes up on screen, and it's just a flashback to a memory where she's hurling insults at him. And so you'll have a tougher time dealing with enemies because you can't see the screen. It's just Iron's wife will pop up and abuse you and just say really mean things, and you'll probably get killed by enemies because you can't see what's going on. It's this horrible flashback memory shows up, and that happens if you're stressed out. So in order to reduce the stress levels, there are certain things that you can do. Also, like drinking alcoholic beverages that are in the game will reduce the stress meter. There is also a masculinity meter. And when your masculinity meter is reduced, that reduces your overall stats, which makes you perform worse throughout the game, makes you weaker and slower. So if your stress meter maxes out, and then you get a flashback of Iron's wife, and then she abuses Iron, the masculinity meter decreases, and then you will be weaker. Your attacks will be weaker, you'll move slower. So there will be things in the game you'll be able to do to raise your masculinity meter and try to restore some of your masculinity. So please look forward to Silver Falls Survive on the Vita. I want to cram as much content in there as I can, but I want to launch it as soon as possible as well for the Halloween season. So thanks for your support, everyone. It's been great hanging out. Been great to chat. Thanks to everyone for the birthday wishes. And yeah, I'm going to be working on some cool homebrew stuff for you. So take care, everyone. We'll see you again soon. Hey, thanks for hanging out on the stream, everyone. We'll see you.